2 had like what, 30, 40 minutes on it?
Like, yeah, I guess so, like 30-some minutes.
Okay, we're going to invest in another battery then.
All right, you won't.
That was bad. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, it's good. It's good. It's rolling.
I'll read the definition again for uncleanness. It says uncleanness, physical, in a moral sense, the impurity of lustful, luxurious, profligate living. And that's what prosperity teaches you. Okay? Which is prominent throughout the Christian religion. All right? So go back to that, bro, in Galatians.
Galatians 5:19. Now the works are manifest. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness.
Lasciviousness. You know what that means? It means to be undisciplined. All right? Basically to live without self-control.
Hey, you keep crossing the line.
Yeah.
You don't know where the line is at. The
Yeah.
Bible makes no gray areas for the line. The line is drawn in the sand. You better choose the side of righteousness.
And you know what a licentious person is? Take these liberals, for example. Liberals, they're very opinionated, and they basically, their stance or their views is to live according to what a person feels is right. They basically want to deviate from what's deemed as the traditional way of living. The moral traditional way of living. You know, these liberals, that's why they're for homosexual, lesbian, LGBT rights. You know, they're for the feminists. You know, the liberals are for all that, man. The women being equal, equality. Anything that goes against,
They keep extending that line.
they keep extending that line because they're trying to defend. They're trying to defend their license to live reckless.
Yep.
That's what it all boils down to. Basically, defend your reckless lifestyle.
Yep. Do what thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt, man. Free yourself from the chains of basically morality, man. Structure. You know, order, government. You know? They don't want to be governed by moral laws and protocols. You know, to live like an animal, man. Animal-like. Animals, they don't govern themselves by laws. They live animalistic. They live by their instinct. You know? And that behavior and that spirit is in the world. Whether you Christian, whatever religion you're a part of, man. You know, you don't have any self-control, man. Keep going, bro.
Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
Come on, man. And all these things are prevalent in the church, man. People that call themselves Christians, they doing all that. They doing it all, man. You know?
Because there's no boundary.
Yeah.
The church is liberal. It's not supposed to be that way. The church is supposed to have a clear-cut line written with the Bible, a measuring stick, if you will, a standard that's set up that you can't cross, man, that you can't go beyond. But they don't do that. What do? They just open it up for everybody. As long as it's bringing in prosperity, they ain't tripping off of it. Because if you went out there sinning, you wouldn't feel condemned and then you wouldn't be condemned to put more money in the collection plate if he wasn't calling you out. Because when he reads the scriptures, you feel condemned. So you put more in the collection, but he ain't telling you more in the collection plate, but he's not telling you to not do those things or what to do instead. Or what things not to do. That was it on that?
Then it goes into the fruit of the spirit.
That's it. Romans 1. Romans 1. Start like around like, was that 24, 23 maybe?
Yeah.
Romans 1 and 23.
And this is going into the spirit of uncleanness too. And these were going on in the churches even back then. That's why Apostle Paul is addressing it.
No new thing under the sun.
No new thing under the sun, man.
Just calling it by a different name now.
Yep.
Romans 1 and 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the incorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible man and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
Yeah, moral impurity. They became immoral, man. Now they just doing whatever feels pleasing to the flesh. You know?
Like Hallelujah night at church.
Yeah.
We know that that's a damn demonic vibration holiday. What does that have to do with a church? Why you Christian churches still trying to bring the kids in there and even make it any type of semblance of Halloween? You can just have them come here and they eat candy and read scripture. Why you gotta call it a Halloween at the church or whatever you want to call it? Why it gotta be all of that?
Because they're of the world.
Yeah.
And Christianity is of the world, man. You know?
You know, ain't nobody of the world gonna listen to you unless you give them a piece of the world with you.
Yeah.
Package it with the world.
These pagan holidays that you keep here in America are Christian holidays. Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Dishonor their bodies between themselves.
Flesh.
All right? You commit adultery, homosexuality. Even if you eat unclean meat, you're dishonoring your body. You're polluting the Lord's temple, man. All right? That puts spirits on you, man. There's a reason why the Lord casted them demons into those pigs. You know? Because it's unclean. You put them unclean things in your body, you putting that unclean spirit on you.
It's funny how them now pork is the one thing Jake just can't let go. The one meat Jake. Not the fact that Jake shouldn't eat as much meat, but they can't let that pig go. Like they probably let, I don't know about chicken, but they probably let beef go before they let pork go.
Yeah. I remember that dude. I think he's bugged out now. But Ariat, I remember he used to say this about when Christians would come up and try to debate, and then they would be screaming at the top of their lungs, sweating and shit. And he would be like, "Hey, he porking out. He porking out." You know, because that unclean meat, it does put unclean spirits on you. Yeah. You see how pigs behave, man. You see that pigs are the devil, man.
Yeah.
They do all type of crazy shit, man.
They'll eat anything.
They'll eat anything they see, man.
They like
Even
that
each other. They'll eat
Right.
each other.
Yeah, they like that Andrew Zimmer guy.
Yeah.
Travel Channel.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Says, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women, they changed the natural use into that which is against nature.
They still talking about the flesh.
It's the Butch dykes, man.
Yeah.
They was dyking it out back then. They dyking it out today. And yes, they are doing it in the church. Hell, you even got LGBT prophetess, man. Pastors. You know? They're creating Bibles for homosexuals and lesbians.
Good. Brother, you know how we got the related video links in the right part of our computers and stuff? The brother uploaded the video and it said the 10 churches that basically approve or accept LGBT.
Yeah. You know? They changing the truth of the Most High into a lie, man. You know? That's what the church did. They changed this truth into a lie, man. And got everybody believing that it's the truth. And and trying to tell you to come and serve them. All right? Go ahead.
For this cause, Yahweh gave them over, gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women to change the natural use into that which is against nature, and likewise also the men leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet.
What you deserve.
Hey, what was that? One guy, he got paid. I think he got paid to do it. I'm not gay no more.
Oh, yeah.
I've been delivered with a T at the end. That motherfucker really, yeah, he said it real flamboyant, man.
Real feminine.
Real effeminate. But guess what? That's in the church.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that video, they accepted it.
They did. You know?
To get delivered.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Jacob's Bay, people are bugged out, man. People don't know which way is up. I'm not talking about the movie with Richard Pryor. I'm talking about you don't know the righteous way versus the wrong way, the wicked way. You don't know the way of the light versus the way of darkness that you're stuck in. You don't know the clean way versus the unclean way. You look for the clean way. You search out. You walk past the clean way to find the unclean way. Yeah. I got something. Yes. This is Psalm 24, verse 4 says, "He that has clean hands and a pure heart," and then that clean hands and pure heart is an analogy for the things that you produce, the things that you bring forth out of yourself, is what you do with your hands. And a clean heart is having a righteous mind. Right? It says, "Who have not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully." That's part of being clean. You know, your words got to be clean, and your mind got to be clean, your spirit got to be clean. So you're not giving off to those fleshly things that defile the body.
It says in this 28, "And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy."
These are also unclean things.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding,
It's a long list, man.
covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same,
Wait, say what? And those that commit these things are worthy unto death. But what?
not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Not only have the same, but also have pleasure in those that do.
If you ain't speaking up against it,
Yeah.
you're just as guilty.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be speaking out against it like we doing. We're doing that right now,
And
man.
the church ain't doing that.
The church don't really do it,
You're
man.
too happy to let them in your congregation.
Yeah.
They probably pull a known flamer to the side and be like, "Hey, you gotta be a man when you dress like a man. Do suck about dick if you want. Just don't be doing it up in, out of it. I'm being funny, but I've seen situations that kind of look like that. You know this dude. You know that's in the Bible. You know he ain't supposed to be up in here.
God, look at all the choir directors.
Yep.
Most of them, if not all, is flaming bags. You know?
Yeah, man.
I got another. Titus chapter 1, verse 14. Unto the pure, all things are pure.
And basically, all these things that we're talking about, if you refrain yourself from it, and try to and live according to the Spirit, this is what it means to become holy. This is what it means to be a saint, to not do these things that are mentioned, man. So you can't tell your congregation to be holy when this is all happening in your church. All right? You're supposed to be showing them how to become holy.
Right.
Meaning you're supposed to be telling them to come up out of these ways, man. That's how you get them to become holy. And only Israel could be holy. Because it's not in the nature of a heathen to be holy. They're unclean by nature. That's why the Lord had to separate Israel from the nations, because they're unclean. They had their own idols that they worship. They eat all manner of abominations, man. They perform sacrifices and rituals. We are not to do that. Okay? We're not supposed to do as we see. You know?
It says, so, unto the pure, all is Titus 1:15. So, unto the pure, all things are pure. Once you become separate, you walk in the clean way, you become pure. And the Most High is pure, so you got to be following after His way to become pure, right?
And even the law is holy and pure.
Yeah.
If you following after the law, you being holy. You know?
It says, but unto them that are that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
Yep.
Little 11 the whole lump, right?
Yep.
But even their mind and their conscience is defiled. Yep. They profess that they know the Most High God, but in works they deny Him. It's the churches, right?
Yep.
It says, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
Yeah, that's talking about how you're mentally defiled. You're impure, man. You believe in a lie. You know, you have pleasure and unrighteousness that you should believe. What's that in Thessalonians, where he says, Second Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. We always quote it.
About Esau?
No, about Jacob.
Down at
Like around verse
10? Yeah, I'll read it. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perishes, or you are not coming up to work from sea. Is that it? Verse 10, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that
The
perish.
deceitfulness of sin. You know, you caught up in the deceitfulness of sin. You know, you keep committing sin after sin, but you don't think that you're sinning.
Because there's nobody telling you
Yeah.
in churches that, hey, don't do that, that's sin. Do this instead, or just stop doing that.
And you find pleasure in it, man. That's the deception in it. You finding pleasure in it and thinking that it's okay to do. You know?
It says, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
Yep.
Yep. And for this cause, the Most High God, Yahweh, shall send them strong delusion.
And that's the heavy spirit that's on the Christians.
Yep.
The spirit of delusion. Because you believe in a lie. And as long as you believe in these lies, you ain't gonna be saved. You know? And another thing, Christians always want to save themselves and send you to hell. They love to save themselves but send you to hell.
They love to already been saved.
Yeah, they already been saved.
Like Kentucky.
But you going to hell though. But he's the biggest hypocrite, probably the biggest homo, you know? Like G-Man. You know? That guy say he's the elect, but that guy's clearly a faggot, man. That guy's clearly a straight up a weirdo, man. You know? It wouldn't be no joy standing next to that motherfucker in the chariot, man.
stand
Oh.
on earth next to a nigga like that.
Come on, man.
That's special.
Yeah, but go back to whoever was just reading.
That was it.
That was it.
I'll read the last one first. Yeah, it says, I'll read 11 again. For this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie, that they might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
There it is. You have pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay? You believed in a lie and you have pleasure in unrighteousness. The law's done away with. I'm already saved by the blood of
I
Jesus.
could, the law, I could eat anything I want, as long as I pray over.
Yeah. As long as I pray over that gumbo, it's all good. But meanwhile, you got 10 different medications that you being prescribed by the pharmacist.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm glad you brought it up because that's the reality that you people don't ever put together. You don't see the fact that you got all these ailments and sicknesses is because your diet. That's the main place it starts, is with your diet. You clean your diet up, guess what? You probably would clean up other areas of your life and you'd be a healthier person.
Yep. Defiling the temple, man.
Yeah.
The Lord did say, if you defile my temple, He will destroy you, which temple you are. You know. Same thing when you commit homosexuality, your body is the temple. You engage in that filthy act. The Lord's gonna give you what's meat.
Yep.
You know, He give you what's meat for that, man. The recompense of your error. You gonna slap your ass with syphilis or HPV or whatever.
AIDS.
That's Him destroying your temple, man. Because you keep on you polluting it. You making it unclean. So not only are you supposed to mentally and spiritually be pure and clean, but physically as well.
Yep.
You know. Now, there's certain things that you can't be perfect with. You know, like for instance, there's certain foods that we try to stick to the dietary law, but this devil is trying to. That's why the scriptures call him the devil, which means false accuser. He's the accuser of the brethren, because he accuses us day and night to the Father, because he'll put pork in our food that's not meant to have pork in it.
Why is there pork and candy?
Yeah. And when we eat it, we make ourselves unclean. You know, make ourselves impure, man, physically impure. And then he could turn around and tell the Father, look at your people, they're supposed to be holy and pure and separate, but look, they're eating swine. You know?
This is a nation called the Mountain of Excellency.
Yeah. But that's just what we have to deal with. But we don't intentionally try to make ourselves unclean. You know?
What's this about?
The Bible, the Holy Scriptures.
I believe. What's this about?
You believe it? You believe the Bible?
I believe the Bible.
Oh, yeah?
I don't believe Jesus was a certain color.
And you don't believe the
Oh,
Bible?
well, you don't believe the Bible then?
No, I don't believe he was like white or how America portrays. You know what I mean?
Because he's soft.
But that's what's wrong.
Let me show you. Let me show you.
Come on.
Right? But you see what we say.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right? But
I see what you're saying,
look at
but-
this now. You believe this?
Maybe. I believe in the possibility.
But yes or no?
I believe in the
Let
possibility.
your yay be yay and your nay.
I give it an open mind.
All right.
Moab is
I give it an open mind.
Moab is awful.
Are you on the side?
Yeah,
On this side. Are you somewhere over on this side of the side?
he ain't on there, bro.
I thought.
Negative.
No? Okay, it's not for you.
Yeah, it's not.
Not for you. Because you got, anyway, if it was, because it's not, let me tell you something. I only asked you that to bring up a point. It's not about skin color. Because there's, what race or what nation do you come from?
Korea.
Korean, right? You're Korean, right? We got Koreans that still are the children of Israel, that may look like you but are the children of Israel. But they have to believe the whole book. to accept what we're talking about up here.
What book is this?
The Holy Bible.
I believe in the Holy Bible.
But you didn't.
Can I see your
but you
Holy
open,
Bible?
hold on. Let me tell you though. But you only have an open mind about a closed subject. The topic ain't open in the Bible. This is what the Bible says the Lord looks like. There's not an open-mindedness about it.
Let me
This is
see
what
it.
it talks about.
Revelations 1, 1, 9.
Yeah.
What does it say in Revelation?
It says it describes this. All the way down to his foot.
I mean, at the end of the day, what's really gonna go down
Look it
is
up.
Look it up.
your Koreans. You come from Moab in the Bible. That's your biblical nationality, Moab.
Well, I'll come to you guys for knowledge.
Okay, that's good. And you know what? The rest of the nations are going to come to us for the knowledge. Get Isaiah the 2nd chapter, real quick. All the nations are going to come to us for the knowledge. And we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you in our ways. All right? You're not going to be worshiping Buddha. All right? You're not going to be worshiping Hindu. None of that stuff. All right? And this is when the world called Jesus Christ comes back. Get Isaiah 2.
You guys believe in Jesus Christ then?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, his name is not Jesus Christ, though.
I believe in all spirituality can lead to God.
That sounds like Buddhism.
Okay, so that's what I'm hoping.
No, it's not.
That's what I'm hoping. So when I look at
like you said,
when I
the
look
Bible's
at
not
when I
open-minded
look
like
at
that.
all religions from region to region, I see within every body, I see angels and demons within every body. Okay, within every religion, even the highest of priests can fall because he has angels and demons within himself. Okay.
Can you give us some space, though? You can explain what you said, but give us some space.
So this is what I learned in my life. Love God. Love everybody.
That's not biblical.
Respect God. Respect the devil. Respect everybody.
Now,
And you
let
can
me-
get respect back in return.
Let me ask something.
That's spiritual.
Let me ask you a
It's
question.
That's not
Let me ask you a
spiritual.
question. Hold on. Let me
What
ask
is
you a
this?
question.
What is this?
That's not
It's wrong, spiritual. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a
cross?
question.
By the blood of Jesus
And
Christ,
when
we are
was that?
forgiven.
When was that? When was that?
The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
That's
That's
not
not
with the
biblical
crucifix. Crucifix ain't biblical. It ain't righteous in the Bible. He was killed with that. That's an instrument of his death.
He knew it because it was actually the love for us.
Right.
For our forgiveness, for the forgiveness
So
of our sins.
wait. So do you commemorate the act that he did for us, or do you commemorate the instrument that performed the act?
What do you mean the
So if I
Commemorate.
beat you down, if I take you, do you have any children? Say you're your dad, right, or your child. If I killed your son with a hammer, would you wear a hammer necklace commemorating the hammer? Thank you. Same thing. We're not going to commemorate them killing our Lord on the cross, on the crucifix.
No, I don't commemorate that.
Well, that's
I
what you were
commemorate
saying.
his love for us.
His life.
What he went through for us.
For who?
For us.
For who is us?
For
Because he didn't die.
humanity.
He didn't die for
He
everybody.
didn't do that.
The script don't support what you're saying.
He died for the
nation of
Israelites.
Israel. That's it.
Really?
He didn't die for no other nation except the nation of Israel.
That's
That's it,
the
the
Bible. We hit all of those earlier.
What scripture is that?
We got them.
It's a bunch.
I don't know. Grab some and shoot at it.
This is Acts chapter 5. This is Acts chapter 5. Hold on, let me get this page real quick.
No, don't record us, man.
Okay.
If you got a Bible app in your phone, you can look it up as we go. But please don't record us.
I got it. Acts chapter 5, verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. Him have God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins.
The Israelites to Israel. Matter of fact, give Matthew 1 and 21.
It's Matthew 1 and 21. And she shall bring forth the Son, thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
His people from their sins.
Which means Christians.
No. But who are the Christians? The anointed ones. What does the word Christian mean? It means anointed ones. Who can be the anointed ones? The Israelites, because Christ was an Israelite, right?
That's very self-defined.
Oh, I told you. I told you. God, we've been saying it all day. There's a line that you can't cross in this thing. There's no gray area in the Bible. It's yes or no. I got another one.
That's what I said earlier, that your yea be yea and your nay nay.
Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Yeah.
Ye men of Israel,
Got another one.
hear these words.
Matthew 10 and 6. I'm starting at 5. These
That's
12.
because he was in Israel preaching his shit.
It's another precept. Matthew
You're
10 and 5.
you're thinking.
These 12 Jesus
He's
sent
in Israel
forth
preaching his
and
shit to
commanded them,
Israelites.
saying,
Of course he's gonna say Israel.
I got another
That's
precept.
New Testament though. So why? So
You're
whoever.
taking it literal. It's not spiritual. You're not taking it as spiritual.
So what does it mean spiritual?
spiritual.
I mean,
everybody
everybody
can
can
get
now.
saved.
Anybody?
I believe
Just because you
everybody
say it is
who-
spiritual.
I believe everybody
Who
who
told you
believes.
that? Yeah. Who told you that? Because we read it out the Bible. So who told you that?
I got
Because you didn't read it out the Bible, right? Right? Somebody told you that, right? Because you didn't get it out the Bible. We just read it out the Bible. Go ahead, read it, bro.
Matthew 10 and 5, these 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not,
Yep.
but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's New
Talking
Testament.
about
That's
spirituality.
New Testament.
Spirituality.
It's not for you, boy.
Okay, so
it's not for you.
So in New Testament, after Jesus died, there was a new deal made. Man, we don't have to commit. We
you
don't
talking
have
about
to
the new
commit.
covenant? You mean?
We don't have to commit sacrifices.
Of course.
Right.
Okay?
Of course.
You know what I mean? We don't have to kill animals for God and whatever, whatnot.
Right.
Because we were forgiven. We're all forgiven.
Well, hold on, but it had nothing to do with you. Israel was the ones that had the sacrificial law. Your people wasn't under that law back then.
You can't say that.
So you saying you were Israel? You were an Israelite? Would your people go back to the children of Israel?
I don't
Your
know. my
forefathers
history.
sacrificing lambs and
I don't know.
goats?
I don't know
So
the
look, I
history.
got another point. The Old Testament was written to
Did
prove.
you live back then to know where Koreans came from? Where Koreans was in society?
Well,
He already
your
told
history, your history is in there.
He already
You go back to Moab. All right, the Chinese, the Koreans,
Ammonite.
and the Ammon or the Japanese. All right.
And to go a little back, in the Old Testament, who was the scripts written of? Israel, right? The Lord is not a man that he shall lie and he don't change, right? So who was the New Testament given to too? Also the Israelites. It never changed.
So you're poised by the concept of Christianity. Christianity is man-made, just so you know. Your idea of what this Bible say comes from the worldly perception through Christianity. And we've been touching about Christianity all day. Christianity is for the world, it's not for the Lord's chosen people. That's separate.
Catholicism, which means universal.
Christianity is for the world.
Yep.
The Lord is not dealing with the world, he's dealing with his people.
The people in the world of Israel, the Israelite world.
God. That's why Christianity, they major thing they preach on is what prosperity, or making it, or we gotta live the best life possible. The scriptures go against that. The scriptures talk about destruction. The scriptures also say inside is lamentation, mourning, and woe, like you spoke of earlier, bro. God. But the preachers in your church, they have you thinking that what's the scripture? I believe it's Thessalonians. It says professing that gain is godliness. When that's opposite of the scripture too, you know. The true worship of and the spirit of the scriptures is lamentation, mourning, and woe, and destruction. You know, so not everybody can make it.
And you want to know what's spiritual? Get John 6 and 63 real quick. I'll tell you what's spiritual real quick.
John 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you,
The words that I speak unto you are talking about the Lord. Go ahead.
they are spirit
They are spirit. Go ahead.
and they are life.
And they are life.
Okay.
Okay? So this word is spiritual.
The whole book is spiritual.
Exactly.
Holy Bible meaning spiritual book.
Yeah, well, holy means separate or sanctified.
It means spiritual book.
And the word
have to-
Bible means books.
You have to live it.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of lived it.
Hey,
You don't live the Bible, man.
I did live it.
You don't live the Bible.
I lived the New Testament.
you live.
Yeah, for like a good 3 months.
Hey, man.
Hey, this is a
No, God
goofy
bless you.
Moabite right here.
No, God blessed me with talents that I've never had before.
You sure? Which God?
Huh?
Which God?
The
Which
Creator.
one is that? There's a lot of gods up there.
I just believe
The
in I
Creator?
believe in the same God as you, but
I don't
put a
think you
color on
believe in
it.
our
The
God.
God that we believe in looks like this God. Looks a lot like this God.
And the God that you're talking about says that your people are going to have to serve the Israelites in captivity.
Yeah.
Are you willing to serve the Israelites? You willing to serve the Lord's chosen people?
I don't care what happens as long as I know.
Oh,
I'm
so you cool with that?
forgiven. As long as I know I'm forgiven and as long as I know I get into heaven, I'm satisfied with whatever
All the
God
nations
is.
are going to be there. You're going to be,
Whatever
you gonna be in
God-
the kingdom, but you're going to be under us though. You're going to be serving the Israelites.
So God teaches us how.
get that?
So Jesus teaches us how to love.
Yeah, to love our people. Yeah, love your
No,
neighbor.
Everybody. Love your
no,
neighbor.
not
Love thy
everybody.
neighbor. Love thy neighbor.
Your neighbor-
love
your
love
neighbor is not
enemy.
everybody.
Love your enemy as you love yourself.
That's talking about amongst our people.
Yeah.
Who was he talking to? When he made that statement, who was he talking to?
Where did we all come from? Adam and Eve.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're actually right about that.
Quote, unquote.
We
So
all,
who
we
are
all
we?
come from
Who are
Adam.
we? We were made in the likeness of God. We
Well,
all were
the sons
made
of
in the
God were
likeness
made
of
in
God.
the image of God.
We all were made in the
Get that
likeness of
out.
God.
Get that
Second
out.
Ezra 6 and 50 and 54. And after these,
Call out.
Adam, it says, and after these, Adam,
No,
this is the
it's in
Bible.
here.
It's
It's
there.
in the Bible. It's in the Bible.
And after these,
If you don't
Adam,
believe that, I'll get it in the prophets too.
and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
We all come from Adam, right? You just said that, right? Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Genesis.
And who were the people that was chosen?
Look another way out.
Who were those that was chosen?
Everybody.
Everybody. See, that's not,
Everybody that believes.
that's not biblical.
That
That's not
believes.
biblical.
That
The Lord
lives.
did- The Lord didn't
That
say
lives.
that.
That
ahead,
chooses to
God.
live.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam,
The people that are not of the chosen, go ahead.
thou hast said that they are nothing,
The Lord said that they're nothing,
Where's
go
the
ahead,
humbleness in your
but
in
be
your
like
religion?
unto spittle,
but be like unto spittle.
and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Where's the humbleness in your religion?
We got humility in our religion.
Can I ask you?
Go ahead, go ahead.
We're humble unto the Most High God. So you're asking us to humble unto you or to these demon ass people, all these wicked ass people out here? We're not gonna humble to them. We're gonna humble to the Most High God in the Word. That's where the humility is at. That's the right placement of the humility.
If this is what you get, God bless you.
Hey, you
Hey.
gonna believe it too? You gonna believe it too?
Yeah, Moab, hey, you gonna be our wash pot, man. You gonna be washing, stacking them dishes up, and cooking the rice. I mean, really, wash pot means something else, but you know, we make joke of it, you know. Hey, that's all good, man. You know, you gonna serve us right, man. Don't trip, you know. He a little,
Simple as a Moab.
that's Moab, bro. He's too weird, man. He a little too goofy.
But Moab would have never stopped up here. That's the one group we rarely get up here is Moab. Moab never really, Moab and Ammon, they see us and don't really fuck with us like that. Keep going. That's something we know not to get involved with. But he's probably American born anyway, so.
Oh yeah, he's Americanized. That's why he believed what he believed. But that second edge is just cutting.
But that's what Jake believed in the same thing. More. Hey, whatever the Edomites will feed you, Jacob believe it, man. And the Edomites is feeding you whatever the heathen got going on. They'll feed that to you. And Jacob believe it. I believe it. Everybody's okay and everybody's all right. God loves everybody. No, man, it don't say that. That's Buddhism saying that. That's a false god.
All right, but that was the Asian representation of you Christians, man.
Yeah.
You believe the Bible, but when we bring the Bible out, you don't believe it no more.
They got Asian churches.
You know? Yeah, they got Asian Christian churches.
Yeah.
This ain't for none of y'all, man. Stop touching this book, man. When we bring this book out to you and we read what it really say, all of a sudden you got an issue with it. So why are you even dealing with it?
Yeah. That's why I like said that to people. Hey, we're reading out the Bible, so who told you that? You ain't reading it out the Bible. And they always stop it like, you can see them look and search back, who did tell me that? Right there, my head like, damn, somebody did tell me. I didn't get it out the Bible, somebody told me that. They searched back to you. Because we all were there before.
Yeah.
We all believed what everybody was saying. We didn't actually pick the book up and go find it for ourselves. Not enough of it.
Right.
You know, so we were following whatever we were told. And the breakdowns we didn't understand, we just took what the pastor was saying about it, or whoever was our spiritual leader at the time for it. But now, the apostles, actually how you know they're the right men of the Lord, because they tell us, go look and do the research yourself. We have the information superhighway, World Wide Web, go look it up, and you can see it. See it for yourself. Line it up in the spirit. It's right there.
Yep. Yeah. You know. And this word, the true colors come out, man. All you gotta do is just push the word out, man. You know, and you'll see the true intent of these, especially these Christians, man. They show themselves. You know, hypocrites, man. You know, but that was Moab. This ain't really for him. You know, that's why he can't get it. All right. But I was gonna have you bring out Isaiah saying, basically, because he said he came to get the knowledge from us, right? And I was gonna have you get Isaiah's 2nd chapter, where it says that they all the nations gonna come to us and learn our ways, man.
Isaiah 2 and 3.
And if you don't do it, we're gonna put a foot in your ass. That's just how it's gonna be. You know?
It's Isaiah 2 at the top. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of Yahweh of Jacob, the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
And that's what it's going to be. Because they're going to see our power, and they're going to have that reverence, man. They're going to fear us, and they're going to be like, yeah, these are the people of the Lord, man. You know? Especially after they saw our deliverance, our salvation, they're going to know that we are those people. All right, so when the Lord comes down, they're going to have to get right, get with the program, man. You're going to have to learn this, the truth. All right? Off with that whole Christian shit. All that wine of Babylon, that shit's going to get burnt out, man. You know? You're going to come to worship and serve, keep our high holy days. All right? You're gonna keep the dietary law. You're gonna keep the Sabbath. You're gonna do all that, man. All right? And if you don't come and do it, scriptures tell you that you're gonna perish.
That's the one I want. Where is that at?
Isaiah 60.
Isaiah 60.
You're gonna perish if you don't. You know? And that's what it's gonna be.
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks.
You know what they're talking about? That means they ain't gonna fight war no more. They gonna go back to building up agriculture again, going back to servants and working. They're not gonna switch up like they did on Esau and turn their work tools into instruments of war. They gonna take their instruments of war go back into work tools, and they ain't gonna raise up against us ever again.
Yep. They're gonna be formers.
Nations shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yep. It's not gonna be any wars after that. Now it's the kingdom of heaven. It's gonna be nothing but peace, everlasting peace, man. All right, especially for the Israelites. It's gonna be everlasting peace, man. All right, we're gonna be ruling over you with a rod of iron.
Yep.
That's how we're gonna actually teach you, man. Every time you go off, pop. You know, every time. You found that in Isaiah?
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 60, we'll start at verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. That's the pruning hooks into the swords, the pruning hooks and spears into plowshares. I forgot how to say it. What you read? It says, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. The Lord,
that's what the Lord said, man. They'll say of the Lord. All right. Hey, he said this whole book is spiritual. Hey, so that's some spirituality for you then. You gonna serve us, and you gonna build our kingdom up. How about that? All right. And if you choose not to do it, the prophet just told you what it's gonna be.
verse 14.
You know? And the scriptures talk about the pride of Moab, man. You know, you Koreans, y'all, right now it's kind of ironic that I don't know if he was a South Korean. He might have been a South Korean, because I know a lot of them North Koreans, they don't fuck with America, man. They really want to destroy this place. So he might be one of them docile ass South Koreans, man. America owns South Korea, you know, and that's an example of when the nations are drunken with the wine of Babylon. That's a prime example, man. He's Americanized, poised with that damn Christianity and shit, man. You know.
Verse 14, it said, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
And you know what's funny? I don't know if y'all saw the video, but I had to do a response video for Vocab Malone. He was basically saying how when we have heathens come up to the camps and we make them bow down and kiss our boots or our shoe or whatever, he say that's just one West